Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be my reading vlog slash just overall vlog for the week of the 29th through the 4th. That's the week we're in. Holy crap. So it's 1:24 on Sunday, and so far today I have filmed a video. I filmed my Wednesday video, which is my September releases I'm excited for. I have also started editing last week's vlog, which I need to get done today. I have started to put away my laundry, but we kind of stopped halfway through because I didn't want to do it anymore, but I'll get that done by the end of the day. And I think that's where I'm at so far. Let's just go over an overview of the books I'm currently reading so that you know kind of what I'm reading. So for the physical book that I'm reading, I am reading Nexus by Scott Westfield, Margot Lanigan, and Deborah Biancotti. And I am 240 pages into this, which is halfway, and I plan on getting it finished by the end of the month, so I have 3 days to complete that. And overall, I'm enjoying this book so far. Essentially, we have this group of teenagers that has these like abilities, and they are currently in this is the third and final book in the Zeros trilogy. They are on the run from the FBI, essentially. And then for the ebook that I'm currently reading The Midnight Library by Matt Hegg, which is essentially, we have I can't remember the character's name, but essentially she wants to die, she tries to kill herself, and then she gets taken to this library where essentially she can see all these different lives and almost pick one, and so far it's really interesting. This is the Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge group book for the month of August, so I need to get this finished before the end of the month, and essentially that reading challenge is a Marvel-based reading challenge where essentially you read books, you recruit characters, those characters, you get rewards and all of that, and there's always a group book that you can use across all boards versus one book you can only use on one board unless it's a whole thing. I'll leave the announcement video in the description because even though it's August, you can still join at any point. You could join in December and try to clear all the boards if you wanted to in that 1 month. Doesn't really matter. But for today, from now on, for the rest of the day, I need to finish editing my vlog. So I need to write some of my queer contemporary story because I want to get it finished by the 31st, and I have like 7,000 words I need to write for that. I've hit my nano goal of 80,000 words. Well, I'm 60 some words. I think I'm 64 words away from hitting my 80,000 word goal for that. But just because that's the goal is to also finish it. So I have these 3 days to fit. I have these next 3 days to finish that. I need to finish putting away my laundry. I also need to print some things off, which means I need to set up my printer, which is a bitch to do. It literally always is freaking an asshole half the time. I mean, but it's like its owner, so that makes sense. And I think that's pretty much it that I need to do for this week. I guess I'll kind of go over like a rough week plan. I work Monday through Friday, 11 to 2, so I work 3 hours a day. On Wednesday is the first day back at school. I do online schooling. I am currently simultaneously enrolled in grade 10 and 11. I have one grade 10 class I need to finish, the rest are grade 11. So that is online. So that is going to put a very flip in this plan because I have no idea how that's going to go for this week at least. I have a habit of forgetting to vlog, so like sometimes you won't see a clip until like 3 p.m. and that's because that's when I decide to pick up the camera. I apologize for any background noises because I have fans on in my room. The living room is literally just to that way, so you might hear like a TV noise or talking in the background. That's probably my parents. Currently they're out, but like throughout the week. I apologize for any lighting, any angles, anything like that. Most of the time I hold the camera. Right now the camera is literally sitting on my water cup, so like, yeah. And if I don't look at the camera, it's because I get very easily distracted, so my eyes will wander and that's just me as a person. So if I'm not looking at the camera, it's not you, I promise. It's me just being an asshole. But I'm going to leave this clip here because I don't know how long it is, and I really hope you are excited to see what I read this week. So it is 7:40 and I am calling it a night for a few different things. Video is edited and is currently exporting, because I forgot to hit export earlier. Oops. I wrote 3,139 words, which that's pretty much what I wanted to. I have about 4,000 words left to write. I've managed to cut it down, so I have 2 chapters left, and the epilogue, so I have 3 chapters left, and one of the chapters is really easy and quick. The epilogue, I'm just gonna hit like copy and paste almost, change it to a few different things, and like pretty much the rest of the story is the same, except I'm gonna just change a few wordings for a few different things, and there's a couple of different things that I have to switch because I changed it earlier, which all of that. I cried while writing this chapter, chapter 29 of my book, because it deals with grief and all that, and it's just insane, because everything that I was, for example, having my one character tell my other character was exactly what I was told, or what I've told people, and it's kind of a little bit insane. I'm at 83,000 words for this story, and I think this story is going to be about 87,000 words unedited. Well, one round edited, but like not really edited. But I will get this book done, because that means essentially I only need to do about 2,000 or a little over 2,000 words each day, which that takes me like 2 hours, which I can do maybe a little bit before work tomorrow, a little bit after, I'm not really sure. I can't really think of anything else that I've done today, so now I'm going to start, I'm going to read some more of Nexus, and I have it split up, so between this bookmark and this bookmark is what I need to read today. This is tomorrow, and then that's Wednesday, so that I'll have, ow, that bookmark hurt. So I'll be able to finish this by the end of the month. It's about 80-page increments, so that's pretty easy. So I'm going to start that, and I'll let you know how I feel about that. And yeah. So it's 3:38, and I haven't picked up the camera yet today. I'm sorry for that. I just have a habit of not vlogging in the morning, because I wake up at 8, and then I spend like 3 hours trying to wake up before I go to work, because I am not a morning person. But again, it's 3:38, and I have come home from work. I've eaten, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and now I'm going to start actually doing productive things, which is going to be writing. My goal is to write about 2,500 words, maybe, if I can get that done. Made it to 65% of The Midnight Library by Matt Hegg last night, and I am really enjoying it. I think it's just going to be a 3-star read, but I am okay with that, because this isn't a book that I would normally pick up, but because I picked it up for a reading challenge, I'm happy that I picked it up. I'm enjoying it, but it's not what I'm used to, but I'm enjoying it. That's pretty much all I can say. I do like the main character and how she's very like, I don't know what's right, and the way that we're seeing all these different lives, and it does kind of put into perspective of what if blank didn't happen? Where would you be in life if you didn't do something that you did, or if you did do something you didn't do? Where could you be? How could that change your life? In one life you could do this, that another life in this. And I'm a person that not believes every choice has a reason, but like kind of like if you make a choice, that choice is for a reason. So it is kind of cool, I guess, to see of like, oh, if this character made that choice, that's how their life would have gone, but it didn't, unfortunately. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I did listen to about a chapter of The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan, which is the current audiobook that I have started. I pretty much recently, over the last like few months, have always had an audiobook started to listen to while like filling things on my spreadsheet or grabbing photos for videos, like those kind of things, so that I'm not doing nothing. I'm like being productive like 2 times over, I guess. But I'm going to start writing, and I will probably let you know when I'm done that, or update, I don't really know. So since the last time I updated, I have written 2,097 words, not as much as I wanted to, but I have about 2,500-ish words to rewrite, which that can be done tomorrow. I just have to get my ass into gear, maybe try to write a little bit before I go to work instead of just like after like I normally do. But it's 7:15, so I'm going to continue Nexus, which is too far away from me. It's literally currently just sitting on my dresser in front of my bookshelf, so I'm too lazy to get up. I'm going to continue on that, and yeah. So I made it to page 404, and I do think that this book is a little bit disappointing. Like, for example, one thing that I've been questioning is, like, oh, how did these characters get the abilities? Because these like, the people that have abilities all were born in the year 2000. And it's pretty much just explained, like there was supposed to be a glitch in, I think it was, like, the internet in the year 2000. Instead, it was a glitch in these kids, and I don't understand that. I'm probably dumb, or it wasn't explained right. And then overall, as much I think I'm only here for these characters. If I didn't like these characters, I would have DNF'd this book. But I do really like these characters, and that's why I'm stuck around. Yes, the characters are a pain in the ass a lot of the time, and they make stupid decisions, but they're teenagers, and it makes sense that they're making stupid decisions. Essentially, is kind of what I'm trying to say. But this one, so far, least favorite in the series. I do not see it being more than a 3-star, I think is the highest I can give it. So it'll probably be a 3-star. I will be finishing it tomorrow, as I have like 80 pages left, I think. Or 80-ish pages. It is 7:43, and I'm going to get ready for bed. By get ready for bed, I mean continue the Midnight Library. Hopefully finish it tonight, and then I want to write more of my fantasy story, which I'm in a chapter that I'm a little bit like, okay, I want to get to the end of it so bad, because the end of it is what is like, there's like certain scenes that I knew like were the first scenes that I fleshed out, and the end of this chapter is kind of one of that scenes where I was like, ooh, I want to do something like that, and that's kind of, so like, all that, I'll be at that point in a few days of that, but I need to get there. And it's just frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's fine. Ow. I just smacked my face. I think I'm on track for my fantasy story. Maybe, if anything, a day or two behind. But once I finish my contemporary story, I can focus a little bit more on the fantasy story, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so it's 2:15, and it's not that I didn't want to vlog. It's that this morning, I was doing a few things. I grabbed the photos that I need. I do need to refilm part of the video, because when I filmed the video on Saturday, like the video for my video for Wednesday, I grabbed the photos, but I need to refilm a portion, because on Sunday when I filmed the video, there was no synopsis for a book, but that just came out today, and I'm like, I might as well refilm it. That part, I'll probably literally just like add like a insert me here type thing instead of doing the full setup. And I'm now going to get my butt into gear. Well, I think I actually might film that clip right now and then start writing, because I am going to get it done. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done today. I'm going to get it done today. If it's the last thing I fucking do on this planet, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get it done. So I did it. I finished. It's 8 o'clock. I finished my story. I sure as hell am not doing any editing tonight. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not gonna edit the video. But, oh my gosh. I'm like trying not to cry in front of the camera. I already cried a little bit off camera, but oh my gosh. This has been such a, like, you can hear my fucking tears in my voice. This has been such a, I don't even know how to describe it. I wrote over 50-some thousand words of this book this month alone. I mainly wrote this book entirely in this month. I pretty much wrote this book in a month. Well, this draft in a month. And I'm just like, I don't know how to feel. I feel like, I feel accomplished, but then I see in like down the pathway the tedious editing and all of the like I don't know. I'm not even going to think about that. That is for a different day. I need to figure out how I want to edit and what I need to edit and all of that. But I did it. I did it. I motherfucking did it. This technically is the second draft of this book, but this one is more of like, this is closer version to the final version than the first one. I love these characters so much. It's kind of sad to be, like, I'm literally going to be putting them on the back burner for like 2 weeks, a month at most, because I am terrified of editing. But to know that this is pretty much basically these characters' story, well, I mean, I do know multiple other things that happen. Like, I could do probably an entire mini epilogue, like, novella thing that, like, I'm not gonna do right now. I might someday just for myself. But, like, I can tell you these characters, these characters, like, yes, this is technically my second story I've ever written. I did write one other story before this, one that you can find somewhere on Wattpad. I'm not going to tell the username. At one point it was linked in my Linktree, but not anymore. But, like, that one was, like, almost like the tester. That one was more of, like, a test of, can I write a story? And this one is more like, oh shit, I actually wrote a story that I'm not going to go on an entire rant. I think I'm going to do an entire video, maybe sometime next week. Well, it would be this week, sometime like this month, just talking about the book and the process, because I did start a writing update thing back in May, but I've never continued it, so I might talk a little bit about it, maybe close to the time that my fantasy work in progress is finished. But I'm just, like, blown away that I can say I've written 2 books, but, like, I've written a book. Is it great? No. But do I think it's great? Yes. Now, I am going to turn off, it is 8 o'clock, so I'm going to finish Nexus, because I need to finish that, like, tonight. I will edit in the morning. I go to work at 12 instead of 11. I think I'm only working 2 hours tomorrow, but it's just because the last few days we've been so slow, and they don't really think they need me. I'm sure if they need me earlier, they'll call and I'll go in, obviously. But I do have an extra hour in the morning. I'm still going to get at my normal time, but I also start school in the morning, which we'll talk about that all in the morning. Maybe actually me going back to school will give me another incentive to vlog in the morning. But I go back to school online. All that shit's starting tomorrow, which I'm stressed out about, but, like, everything's fine. That was the main reason why I wanted to get this story finished by today, was because I go back to school tomorrow, and I know for a fact I am not going to have the time in the day to write. Probably won't have much time in the day to edit, but I need to figure that out, obviously. I'm just going on a rant. This clip is already like 4 minutes long, and I want to fucking film something for Instagram about this book, and, like, oh my gosh, bleh, that's how my brain works. But I'm going to continue with Nexus. I'm going to finish it, and I'll let you know my final thoughts on that, and yeah. So I just finished Nexus, and I am so confused on that ending. So it was like we spent the entire book trying to stop this person from doing this thing that's gonna change the world, it's gonna, like, do all these things. I don't really even understand half of it. And then we're trying to stop her, we're trying to stop her, we're trying to stop her. It goes through. So the whole book was for nothing. So I'm just pretty much confused on this book. It's gonna get 3 stars because, again, I do like these characters. But that's pretty much all I can say. The first book was really good, and then this one's just meh. Like, it doesn't wrap up the stories really. Because there's now so many more questions about, like, well, this new world, as the characters kind of explain it, how different is it? Like, we know one thing, for example, is for it's a weird amount of time that it would be, like, with Blank's power projected around the world, nobody was gonna live for 3 months, 10 days, and 16 hours. Like, that's one of the few, like, things that happened, because it's like some of these characters' abilities go full scale across the globe, and one character's, like, not the character we see, but like a side character, she can detect when you're lying and make you say the truth. So now her ability is cast upon the entire world, so there's no lying for 3 months. I don't get that. I feel as though there almost needs to be a 4th book to just kind of like be like, so here's how everything ended up. But that's not what we have. We don't really even have an epilogue. The epilogue is pretty much just the characters waking up immediately after the event, kind of. And I'm like, I don't know, 3 stars, that's all I can give it. Even that's being a little bit generous, but I also feel like I can't give it anything less than a 3 stars, so it's 3 stars. I don't think there's anything else I need to say, really. But I'm going to... Technically, I'm not going to start any books tonight because I can't start my September TBR. I am going to, however, go ahead and read... Jennifer Armentrout dropped the, first 3 chapters of A Shadow in the Ember, which comes out October 19th. And I kind of read the prologue last night, and I need to read now these first 3 chapters to get a vibe of the story, because I'm very excited for it, like probably my most anticipated release for the rest of the year, pretty much. So I'm going to read that probably, and then if I decide I want to read more, I might start, I get to be part of the beta team for Carol Beth Anderson's book, Fairy Fallen, which I have to beta read that before the 20th. So I might also start that, or I don't know. Those probably what the 2 things that I would read tonight. I'll let you know in the morning what I do end up picking. And then I plan on writing my story and then going to bed. I am tired. I'm still trying to figure out how I finish my book. I totally forgot to say the total word count of the book. The total word count of my book is 87,814 words. That will need to be condensed down smaller. But, again, we'll do that for editing. But I'm going to end this book because it's already, 5 minutes long, if not more. So it's 11:08, and it's so weird not being at work at 11 o'clock. It's a Wednesday. I should be at work, but I don't work till 12 today. But I've edited over half of my video. I'm going to take a break, and I'll do the rest of it after work. I'm currently watching Completely Melanie's TBR video. I need to get ready for work, but that's pretty much what the morning has been so far. I haven't heard anything from school, and if by the time I get off of work I have no emails from school, I might email and be like, hey, did you forget about me? Because normally by noon on the first day of school there's emails sent out and all of that. But I'm going to get ready for work and just watch the rest of this TBR. And yeah, that's kind of the morning so far and all of that. Okay, so I just got back from work. It's 1:42. I only worked for an hour, and don't worry, they legally can pay me for 1 hour because I am a student under 18. So grabbed food from work, which is this amazing chicken bacon ranch poutine that I already started eating. We went and got gas because I owe my parents for gas for them taking me to work. I also got a donut, which I'll show you later, and then I stopped by the library because my a hold came in, and that is Check Please Book 1 Hockey by Ngozi Ukazu. And I cannot read this until after the 20th for the fall into reading, but I wanted to get it right away. And I am so excited for this. I want to read it now. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it up on the shelf and be like, okay, yeah, we read that then. Now I'm just waiting for Gods and Monsters to come in. Gods and Monsters by Shelby Huron to come in. But that might not be for another few weeks. I don't know. But I'm going to eat, finish watching a YouTube video, maybe watch another one, and then continue editing my video. I haven't heard anything from my teachers yet, so once I do all of that, if I haven't heard anything, I will email my academic advisor, which is essentially the person that kind of deals with all your shit pretty much, and be like, hey, I haven't heard the email from you today. Do you know why, or do you know why I'm not in any of my classes yet, or anything like that. I think that's what I need to do. I also need to film my wrap-up tonight, but yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy this food because it tastes really fucking good. Video has been uploaded. I didn't film my wrap-up but I can do that tomorrow because I work at 12 tomorrow, which means I'm sleeping until 8:30, an extra half an hour of sleep, boom. But I went ahead and I started Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, and I only read the prologue and the first chapter, which is 22 pages, so going into page 23, and I don't have much to say. I mean, I do like the setup of how, in some ways, our characters are the aliens because they crash land. From what I understand, they about 70 or 70 so years ago, give or take, they crash landed onto this planet and have had to survive, but there's these aliens called the Creel that attack their colonies when they're in large groups, so they have to stay spread out across the underground of the surface. And we have Spencer, who her father was almost like a fighter pilot. He would go up and fight the Creel, and one day he essentially abandoned the mission and gets killed for it, and Spencer becomes kind of like a disgrace, essentially, and that's kind of pretty much as far as we've gotten, like the basic premise of okay, here's why this happened. Here's kind of a brief, rough view of the history. But I'm just very excited. I've heard only good things about this. So yeah. But I also do not have an ebook started. So the ebook that I'm going to be starting tonight is A Dance with the Fae Prince by Elise Kova. All I know about this book is essentially we have Katria, who ends up in this arranged marriage with a Fae Prince, and that's pretty much all I know. And she ends up getting strung up in this thing to do with Fae magic or something. I don't really know much beyond that. I'm very excited to be reading this. It's one that I really wanted to read as soon as it came out, which was August 19th, I think was the release day. So I'm gonna read it. It's gonna be my first ebook of the month because I've been just dying to read it. And I feel like it's one that will only take me 3 days, maybe, I don't know, to read, so not very long at all. I didn't hear anything about school, so I'm just going to pray that I get emails tomorrow or not. I'm going to be sending out a lot of emails. But it's 8:13 and I am calling it a night for vlogging and at the computer and all of that. So it's 9 o'clock on Thursday and I'm just now vlogging. I blame that I went on a freaking hyperactive thing and I needed to clean my room. I needed to do many things, and I just forgot to pick up the camera, but it's 9 o'clock. I just finished filming my August wrap-up. I also blame another reason why I didn't film was because I was trying to read the last 2 hours of The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. I got that done, gave it 3 stars. There'll be the entire thing in my wrap-up, which would have already been uploaded at this point. So there's that. I read up to page, I don't even know, let me grab the book. I did read earlier up to page 55 of Skyward, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, I'm only 50 pages. I'm only 50 pages in, and apparently I'm throwing my camera around, so I'm just gonna hold it at this point. My freaking, that's my setup right now, and the camera, there. The camera was a little dirty, I think. But I don't know what to say. I did read up to 24% of A Dance with the Fae Prince, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a Cinderella meets Beauty and the Beast meets Psyche and Eros retelling. Don't really know much about Psyche and Eros, so I don't know how accurate that is, but it definitely feels like a mix of Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast retelling, and we're now just getting to the part that I've been really excited for, so I'm probably going to, immediately after filming this, well, update Goodreads and Storygraph for this, and then read that. Actually, I might make food. But yeah, I also figured out my entire thing with school. I should be getting emails from my teacher tomorrow. because that was the whole thing today. I didn't get an email, and then I was like, oh fuck it, I'm emailing, and then shit went through. I'm just tired at this point, but I'm going to stop filming, and tomorrow is a new day. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock on Friday. I didn't vlog today because nothing really happened. I made it last night to 43% in a dance with the favorites, and I'm really liking it. I'd love to be able to finish it tonight, but I'm not sure. I also went ahead and I just read up to page 100 of Skyward, and I'm really liking it so far. Our main character of Spencer is really determined to go to like the flight school, and she's in it, but she's not in it at the same time. It's a weird thing. And she's just so far a very good main protagonist, and I'm really excited to continue this book. But because of the time of it being already 8 o'clock, I'm just getting a little tired. I get the next 3 days off of work, which you'll only see one in this vlog, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to update on today. I just went to work, edited my video, started some schoolwork by just like writing out the like due dates for everything, and I will maybe try to do a little bit of that tomorrow. I don't know, but today was just like not a weird day, but just a day I didn't want to vlog. I didn't really want to do anything, so I'm just gonna leave this here, and hopefully I'll pick up the camera in the morning. I noticed that on Saturday and Sunday I tend to vlog a little bit more than the weekdays just because of everything. Ow, I just hit my finger. But I'm going to leave this clip here, and yeah. So it's 11:21 and I've been up for about an hour just kind of like trying to wake up. So today, well actually I'll talk, last night I did finish I Dance with the Fae Prince, giving it 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. Although there's a few things that I'm just like, okay, well, like a few things that I didn't quite process. There was a plot twist that I guessed, and like, I'm a person that if I can guess the plot twist, that shows that you are laying out the right information to get me to grasp it. I'm trying to think of what I can say, but essentially, there was a few little things that were placed, and I'm like, but what if? But what if? And then it did, and I literally was like, I guessed it. I love that like plot twist, how I was able to guess it, but also how it was like, I don't know. So I'm giving it 4 stars. I don't know if I like A Deal with the Elf King or A Dance with the Fae Prince better. I'm not sure. I literally spent like 10 minutes last night thinking, and I'm like, I like them both the same. Part of me wants to say Elf King, part of me wants to say Fae Prince. So like, I'm just going to say I like them both the exact same. I'm giving them both the same ratings. And I feel like I can't give this book more than a 4 star. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I could feel like I could give it a 4.5, but at the same time I'm like, but would I be giving it its honest rating? I don't know. So 4 stars, if I look back on the book in like 2 months and go, nah, it's a higher rating, I can just change it. I've done that multiple times with books where it's been like, oh, I've given it, let's say, a 4 star, but then 6 months later I'm like, no, it's more like a 3.5. Or like, oh, I gave this book a 4 star, it's actually a 4.5 from looking back, or all of that. But today is, I need to upload my video. I need to do a few things in my spreadsheet. I need to put like A Dance with the Fae Prince in there, and then a few other things. My cousin and her son is coming over for like a, not supper, not lunch, like around 3 o'clock for like a meal, because she works at 4. So she's gonna be coming over for like a meal. There's multiple things that I need to do, and I need to write the list out and figure that out. So I did end up doing the spreadsheet things, my videos uploaded and all of that, and I'm currently right now, well, I just kind of finished creating, back in, for September, there is the Becca's Bookopathon, and I loved playing with this Monopoly board so much that I'm doing my own and switching my TBR game to Bookopoly. I tried to just reuse this one, but with like 6 layers of paint you could still see the thing, so I was like, it's easier to just make another one because I had an extra poster board. And I just now need to fill in the prompts. There's multiple of the prompts on the Bookopoly board that I'm going to just like switch over to my current one, and then there's a few that I'm going to add because like there was a few that I didn't really like, so I'm just going to switch them out and make them what I like. But I just slowly wanted to start that while I just had a little extra time where I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not doing schoolwork on the weekend unless I'm behind, which right now I'm not because we're literally, the first week of school just happened. I'm maybe 0.2% behind, by meaning like, oh, you should have done the introduction stuff on Thursday and I did it Friday type thing. But I'm now going to, where's my book? Casually loses the book you're reading. I'm going to continue on with Skyward and read more of this. I want to read at least 50 pages, if not more. It's 7 o'clock, so if I read 50 pages, that would be like 7:30, 7:45, depending on like all of that. And then I will let you know what ebook I'm going to start tonight, because I'm honestly not sure. So I made it to page 165, and a few little things have surprised me, I guess. I don't know, I haven't heard much. Like, I've heard things about this book, obviously, so I know like the basic premise, but like details, not so much. I figured out what this thing called Doom Slug is that I've heard a few people in the like book community talk about. Apparently it's a little slug in this book that kind of becomes Spence's mascot, I think she calls it, like a little friend almost. And one thing I didn't expect, which I honestly kind of should have, based on the thing, is we have a AI in a spaceship. So essentially a spaceship that has been crashed for 170 years can have conversations with Spencer. I guess that's a spoiler, and I'm sorry, but like, I literally had to be like, I'm sorry, the ship did what when it first happened, and we are now, I don't know, we're now going into, there's possibly another mini battle with the Creel, and yeah, I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free, but I kind of just did a few spoilers, so that's all I'm reading of that for tonight. I'm now about 30% into the book, and like 30-ish% in, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I do think it's, based on what I'm at now, it's going to be a 4-star read, which I'm more than okay with. But the book that I'm going to start tonight, which you will not see my thoughts on until the next vlog, is Her Soul to Take by Harley Leroux, and essentially all I know about this is essentially we have a ghost hunter who discovers a demon, and the demon's hot, and it's a romance between them. It's very, very smutty. That's literally all I know about it. And if I'm wrong about that, well, oops, that's what I get from the description of the book and what I've heard on Book Talk. But I'm gonna read that. Well, I'm gonna start that because I'm not getting a 450-page book finished tonight, like that's for sure. Oh my gosh, maybe like Monday or Tuesday I'll be finishing it. But I'm also going to end this vlog here because it is already 7:42, and I highly doubt I'm going to want to vlog later. Just because I'll forget, and then it'll be 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then will be Sunday. So I'm going to end this vlog here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's probably super long and all over the place, and nobody's probably even here at this point. But bye!